So today on Thrasher's House of Pain, I decided to start with Orbital. Just Orbital is actually not that bad of a character for 989's quality stuff. However, I've been told to go easy on him, and I agree since there's not really much I can complain about him besides his special weapon. So Orbital was a supercar that kind of looked like a McLaren F1. It had it was pretty fast. It had somewhat decent handling. It had a light amount of armor, kind of like any sports car. And it had a special weapon that could be considered weak if you were talking about damage, but it could be also strong if you were talking about, well, usability. See, Orbital's special weapon was called the Teleorb. It was an orb with an electric tendril just spinning around until one of your enemies got within close proximity of it, and then the enemy would go towards the orb, it'll stay there for a few seconds, then it'll freeze them. And needless to say, it caused extremely little, if any, damage. So, you see what I'm talking about by it doesn't do a lot of damage, but it proves to be kind of helpful if you're the kind of person that likes setting traps. And it's also good if you're on one of those levels where you could fall off the edge and die, because you could just shoot it out over the edge and have some other car go by it, and then the teleorb detonates, and then it's frozen, then it falls down and it explodes. So, about the driver. This is one of the 989 stories that actually wasn't too bad of an idea, and it wasn't really stupid. Basically, it was a spy that got involved in a chemical warfare accident while fighting against one of his, well, enemies. And so he enters the contest because he doesn't want to be the only one that's got only half a face, because half of his regular face is shown and the other half of it is a skull. So overall, Orbital's one of the better 989 ideas. Not the proud, the few. So, that pretty much wraps it up on Orbital. And if you are one of the people that wants to know who I'd basically give this to for a driver, I'd probably place this under, like, what, novice or expert, because its special weapon kind of needs a decent driver for the special weapon. So that's the first episode of Thrasher's House of Pain, and Orbital's more parked in the parking lot. Didn't really enter the House of Pain because he's not that bad of an idea.